The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, and iNetworks Communication Station.
Good morning and welcome to Oils Behind Closed Doors. I am Ruth Conwell.
And I'm Brenda Maxey.
We have Gina Rucker and Janetta Diener, who are our resource persons. And together we are four visions for oils, sharing doTERRA essential oils, which have been around for centuries. They have been used in biblical times and for food, fragrances, healing, and more. So sit back and relax and get a pen and paper and take some notes, because we're going to be discussing today how to live a healthy lifestyle. But before we get there, we're going to read you our disclosure. The information shared here is not meant to diagnose or for treatment. This is a MetaPower and essential oils class meant to provide information for you to review and to consider. Please feel free to share this information with your healthcare provider should you have any real issues.
Yes, and you have the right to make your own decisions as well. So you could always consult with your doctor. So as always, before we start, we want to always start off with scriptures. Yes. And we know that God has given us the herbs, the plants, and the trees for the healing of our body, not only as for foods. But I'm stuck on this one scripture called Matthew 23:26. Cleanse first the inside of the cup, so that the outside may also be clean. And also this other scripture, I will restore you to health and heal your wounds. And that's found in Jeremiah. That's Jeremiah 30, verse 17. So with all that, God is wanting us to heal our bodies. And we have to do it. We have to do it from the inside out. So which means we can't love God from the outside. We have to love him from the inside, which is from our heart, which is on the inside. So as we go forward to our next slide.
Yes, as we share the MetaPower with you today, Meta PWR is MetaPower, and the initials for that PWR is Personal Wellness Realized. And our target this week is to let you know a little bit about the MetaPower system. And that system can help you to accomplish a lot of things. And some of the things that it can help you accomplish, we're going to explain each item here for you. So the first item you see on this scale, on this slide rather,
can we apologize, because when we send our slide doesn't look like this in person, but when we send it over, for some reason everything got transposed through the transition.
Right. So the first item that we're going to talk about here is going to be the MetaPower blend, and that blend is it has the oils. It's a oil that you can put in your water, and that will help you to every day as you take it. It will help you to curb your appetite. It will also help you to have a little bit more energy. So that is our MetaPower blend. And the next one you're going to see there on the page is this Satiety gum in the white package. And the gum also, if you're on the run, you can take that to curb your appetite. So you won't be eating junk food while you're out, and you will be able to wait until you get a real meal. And we're going to discuss that a little later as well. The next item on, I believe, is the soft gel. And the soft gel is also an appetizer curver. It kind of keeps you from eating out and, just throwing things in your system that you don't want. And then you can always be able to wait for your real meal. But also with the soft gel, it also does the same thing. If you don't want to take the oil in your water, it can also substitute with having that energy and also giving you the same cleansing and so forth that the oil would give you in the water. So the oil or the soft gel can take care of the appetite curbing and also help you to have that energy. And then the next one we're going to talk about, I think it's the beetlets. It looks like the beetlets. So the beetlets you can have, if you don't want to do the gum, you can do beetlets to curb your appetite. The next item on there is the, I think it's the PB Assist. And
No,
the
metabolic assist.
Meta Power Assist.
Metabolic assist.
Always do that with that because when I'm so used to taking the PB Assist, but the Meta Power Assist also is formulated to help reduce your fears for sugar, and it helps to regulate your A1C levels. So whenever you're ready to eat before your meal, the biggest meal, you can take the Meta Power Assist to help you to curve your turn to lower your
carbohydrates.
Right, with the carbohydrates in your meal, it helps you to lower your A1C or keep that from elevating or going up and down. Keep your blood from going up and down. So it kind of regulates the your level to stay even, so that you won't be. I think what happens that you age faster whenever you your levels go up and down. So it kind of helps with that too. So the next one is the Meta Power Advantage, and that is our collagen. And the collagen basically has 9 different collagens in it, and it is powder form, and that's taken every day so that you can have that collagen level to help with your muscles, your ligaments, your heart. It does a lot for you as well as for your skin. So that is our collagen, and it's called Meta Power Advantage. And the other thing that we would like to let you know, that you can get that whole pack wholesale for $179, and it can include a free enrollment if you're interested in taking our challenge, which we're going to continue to do at another time. We're not going to talk about our challenge today personally, but we will share with you where we've come and how far we've come. And in addition to that, it's never too late to get started in this challenge. And we have our vitality, lifelong vitality pack. I am so excited that I am running over. So you want to finish talking about that, Brenda, about the
lifelong vitality pack is going to give you that extra boost that you need to go along with this doTERRA Meta Power system, which is awesome. So the vitamins going to help with so many different issues in your body. Your metabolism is going to help with your heart, your nervous system, inflammation. Everything that you need is in these vitamins. So what's good about them is that you could get off a lot of over-counter medications with these vitamins, and even prescription medications. You know, if you got high blood pressure, these vitamins are going to help you to come off of those as well, along with the Meta Power system. Now, doTERRA feels so strongly about the vitamins that if you take all these vitamins for a month, and if you don't feel any better, they will give you your money back. So all you have to do is send them. If you got these individual packets and you don't feel better, just send the box back and empty, and they will refund your money. If you get the bottles, because it does come in the bottles, I like the individual packets because I'm always on the go, and because right now I'm in Dallas. And so this is so much easier to carry it. But a lot of people will get the bottles. If you use them all up and you don't feel better, send the bottles back and they will give you your money back.
Right.
So you need to take that along with the MetaPower system, but we could get things one at a time if needed be, or get the whole kit, the vitamins and the MetaPower system. So
Right.
as we go to our
Okay.
next slide is going to talk about what's on your plate.
Yes, we've been sharing with every week we've been sharing some good news about how and what to do and what's on our plate and how we should get control and how we can improve our metabolic health. We have spoken to them about exercise. We've talked to them about drinking water. We've talked to them about getting enough rest and, all those things. And we even talked about sugar last week, I believe. And so
Yes.
today, about protein.
Right. And there are people that still are meat eaters, and people that are vegetarians, or what is that, pescatarians? I think that's
Yeah,
the word,
I
or
think,
vegan.
yeah,
Okay. So if you're a meat eater, that is a protein, of course. And you want to make sure you get a quality protein, something that's grass fed, or what, I don't know what they call it, organic meat, because I don't do a lot of meat at all. I don't do meat. And so, but you want a quality meat if you're going to eat it. Stay away from as much as you possibly can the beef and the pork. A lot of people, when they do say they eat meat, they do eat chicken and fish a lot of times. But if you do, it has to be the size of your fist, like my
right.
fist, the
This plate,
size of your fist in
yes.
that plate. And then the others, you want to have vegetables and fruit on it. Now, if you look at a plate for a vegetarian or for a vegan, you see you're going to eat more vegetables and fruits and whole grains and your legumes. That will be on your plate. And your oil or healthy fat, or fat oil, will be your avocado that you will
Right.
eat. So as we continue to talk about that, Ruth, we want to tell you the benefits of protein. Talk about the benefits of protein.
Yeah, we need to let you know that it's important to consume protein-rich fruits every day and in every meal to prevent protein deficiency. Um, Energy, it gives you energy. It gets help you with brain fog, and it unstable blood sugar levels. It helps with that. So it's difficult maintaining or losing weight if you don't have protein, and poor sleep, low immunity, and this will give you the you know follow. Make sure that you have the right benefits.
So, yeah, so one of the benefits of eating the right amount of protein every day, it improves your muscle mass.
Yeah,
It's necessary to build and also to maintain those muscle masses, while also supporting our tendons and ligaments and our other body tissues. So when your diet is lacking from what we call that amino acid,
yeah,
it's considered muscle wasting
yeah,
can occur. So protein alone won't enhance athletic performance, but however, it is important that we exercise. Now, I remember I was going with a personal trainer for a while back, and he really did emphasize taking in a lot of protein. And even as he was talking about it, knowing that I don't like to eat meat, he spoke about eating like what is it, the black beans. You
yes,
need to eat, yeah, almost literally a couple of cans of black beans a day, to help you to get the protein, which we'll talk about later.
yeah,
So it's important to exercise, and that's going to help to strengthen your muscles and tissues and tendons, and help to repair and help you to grow stronger at the same time. And not only that, it's going to help you to lose some weight. So
yeah. So
it's
yeah.
important to,
So
yeah.
protein helps you feel full for sure, and
Yeah.
your makes you effective to have that full feeling, so that you can control the amount of calorie intake, and that will be moderately high protein intake, so that you
Mhm.
can be effective and practical weight loss strategy that will help you with that strategy. Unlike carbs or fats, high protein foods cause increased satiety. Remember we talked about that satiety gum? It helps you
Yeah.
right. So when you prevent overeating, eating protein also creates the thermogenesis of your body, which requires the body to expand more energy and, with less calories while, you're digesting your food. So you can see how important that can be for your weight loss.
Okay, so the other thing it helps to improve by taking in the right amount of protein, it will help stabilize that blood sugar level,
That,
along with our metabolic assist. If
yeah,
we get our protein, we're going to be able to stabilize those blood sugar levels, which determined by what we call the glycemic index.
mm-hmm.
And it's so foods that are high in carbs and sugar results in that fluctuation we were talking about earlier that you can get with your largest meal when you're eating that carbs. If you eat
Better
carbs in
for
certain meals,
assist. Yeah.
you want
that
to
I
take that
call it.
metabolic assist. Yeah. So, but
Yes.
if we're doing it in one meal, then you want to do it. But make sure we're getting that protein in there in our system at the same time, the
Right.
protein. And
Absolutely.
not only is it's gonna help with also preventing type 2 diabetes. And it's gonna balance those energy levels and keep your appetite and mood in check. And you know what? This morning I got up, I did a smoothie, and I got which we're going to show you some other products of
Yeah.
doTERRA that I used in my smoothie, and it really does. And it had protein in it, and it really did curb my appetite. I feel no hunger at all, along with my metabolic metapower oil that I took with it this morning. So that is one other thing benefit of getting the proper protein in.
Okay. So also a protein promotes healthy brain function and learning.
Yeah.
Don't you remember when your mom would always say you got to have your breakfast before you go to school? So she's trying to get that protein in you so that you can have that brain. The brain requires a steady supply of amino acids in order to keep concentration and focus and energy levels up. So the amino acids deprivation means learning and coordination suffer. So you not want that to happen. So therefore, you have to include the amino acids, which is found in the proteins. And
Mm-hmm.
it's also help with your motor skills as well as your diet and your skills for learning to improve.
Okay, now, how about maintaining those strong bones? That's what those proteins would do. So,
Yeah.
like a high protein diet with whole nutrient rich foods
Yes.
can help prevent those bones that from weakening and fractures, and it can even help prevent osteoporosis as well, which a
Right.
lot of people are getting. So, and that's by increasing calcium absorption and helping with that bone metabolism.
And I hope they can hear what we're saying because that relates
Yes.
to the last when you said about having the when you were talking about the exercise. You can't
Mhm.
sit still either. You got to sit still and the bones will be, the bones and
Right.
all. Yeah, all of that relates. So the other thing that the last and one thing we want to mention is the slow aging and promote longevity.
Yeah.
So research shows that the diet high in balanced amino acids from protein foods can help treat muscle loss due to aging. So a diet that is adequate levels of protein helps it go slower. So we want that to happen for all of us.
Yes. And I don't know if you all remember several shows back, we showed you a picture of how you could be when you reach in your 80s, for example.
Yeah,
I think the lady was 80, and she was built and she was strong.
yeah.
And the other person was hunched
Push over.
over, overweight, and on a walker. So
Yeah.
as we age, this is what MetaPower is working on our metabolic system so we could stay younger and healthier as we age. And by doing these proteins, that's going to also help us with that process. So
Yes.
if we continue to talk, because a lot of us, like me and Ruth are doing right now, we're sitting right here. A lot of us are working from home now, and we sit in front of these computers eight
Yeah.
hours or more a day. So we're
And when
not
we get
moving.
stiff,
We're
I
not
said, and when we
moving.
get up, we're stiff.
And we are stiff, yeah. And that's because of our sitting so long and not
Long.
really moving. So just to give you an idea, for people that sitting and don't exercise, sitting a lot, we
Yes.
want you to know how much protein you would need to intake. And it's also based on your body weight in
Yeah.
terms of how much protein you would need to intake. And
Right.
I'm going to just give you an idea, because I'm going to say the average person is about 175 pounds. I'm
Okay.
trying to get somewhere close to it. I don't know
Right.
if I want to go that small,
Right.
but I was thinking maybe 180, but maybe 175 won't be too bad either. But that's my goal. And
Yeah.
so you would, at the lower end, you would need 95 grams of protein, or
Right.
at the higher end, you would need 148.
Yes. And we're going to show you how many cups too that you can have to get that amount. So we're trying to make sure that you can see and understand what it's going to take for us to stay and get healthy, make another healthy lifestyle change. And we don't want
Right.
it to be hard. It's very simple once you get the rolling.
It is. It is. So
Yeah.
as we move to our next slide, Ruth is going to show you and give you some information, because we're going to start work from the right. On there talking about how much protein do you need per day. So go ahead. You want to tell them, Ruth, or
Well, if I can kind
I
of,
can see that. I can see that one. I think so.
okay, yeah.
I'll do that one. Okay. So
Okay.
it's by age and by the activity. Again, so if you're sedentary,
Yeah.
and that this slide is showing you would need at the low end at least 36 grams. And this is for a person that's under the age of 65, and their weight is about 150 pounds. So those we have to take into concern. So
Right.
now, if you're active adult and you're under the age of 65, 54 to 77 grams, they're saying you would
Right.
need, okay, a day. And this is a day. Now, for older adults, which are over 65, a season, I call them seasoned people
Yeah.
over 65 at 150 pounds, anywhere from 45 to 68 grams. So as you look at that chart next to it, because we talk about the clean proteins,
Yes, we
this,
are
yeah,
clean.
not
Yeah.
meat.
Right.
You
Not
can get,
right. And
yeah, because
you
go
can see
ahead.
that you, even if you were doing a salad, you can throw some nuts in there for your protein. You don't have to
Mhm.
use meat. For spinach, 1 cup of spinach is 5 grams of protein. So you can see how many cups of spinach you need per day, or if you were going to use spinach for getting your protein in. And then for, say, broccoli, you have to have 30, for 35 ounces, you get 32 grams of protein. So these are just some examples for you to see just how many grams of protein is in your food. And that way, if you want a copy of this so that you can have it, take a screenshot, or either you can email us at
Mhm.
4visions4oils@gmail.com. And that's the number 4 visions and the number 4 oils gmail.com, and we can send a copy of this to you. But it can be real simple, just to take a look and have a chart in front of you, maybe on your refrigerator or somewhere, and just to help you change your lifestyle and get what you need to have a healthy lifestyle.
And if you look at them chickpeas, look at there. Chickpeas, you got almost 1 cup of chickpeas, 39 grams
Right.
of
That's
so,
a winner.
so it is. And chickpeas, if you like, I like chickpeas. I make like a chickpea salad, and it's the chickpeas, and I use a vegan mayo. I
Hmm.
cut up onions in it, red onions, and put in it, and then maple syrup. And
Oh,
that is so good. It is really, really good. And maple syrup is a good sweetener that we can use.
okay.
So
Yeah,
just think, you could get almost half of the grams you need with a cup of chickpeas.
that's true.
So, and then we're just saying you could do this without, well, we always think you got to have meat to get that protein, but look,
But you
we
don't.
could do it without, yeah, we could do it without that meat.
Vegetables and nuts and
Yeah.
lentils.
And you do need a variety.
Yes, you do.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
And
it's
look, you can do the snack. You can do a snack with some of the nuts over there. Yeah,
but you know what I like to? I like,
walnuts.
look at that nut. Yeah, I love walnuts.
I do too.
Um, and I love the almonds too. But that nut butter, if you have an almond butter or cashew butter,
Yeah,
I get like a real seeded bread, like an Ezekiel bread, and put
yeah.
the nut butter on and raw honey,
Well,
raw organic
I
honey.
do
It's
the
like your
rye.
peanut butter and jelly.
Yes. Well, I don't. I do the rye bread with the same. So
Do you? Okay.
yeah,
I love
I,
those nut breads.
I do too.
So, yeah, so protein can really help you to stay light, help you get that weight down, and also
Yes, it
help
will.
you, yeah.
Also build up your muscles, and just make sure that you have the right amount of protein to regulate your
Hmm.
blood, your not your blood necessarily, but regulate your weight, which means that your blood levels will change.
Right, right. And your bone density would change as well. And
Exactly.
you know what? I think I felt when I did get the correct amount of protein in, I felt like I had the energy, more energy to work out, so when you get to a correct amount of protein, you work out, you have no choice but to lose weight.
That is true. That is
Yes.
true. Yes. So we
So
can know
go
that
ahead.
it's very important to have protein in your diet, especially for weight loss.
Mhm. So as we move to our next slide, we want to show you what doTERRA has for you as well to help you. Sometimes we're on the go, we don't have time to. I like a lot of vegetables, the broccoli, um, spinach. But sometimes we want to have something to drink or that's healthy for you, and you need to get your proteins in. doTERRA's got you covered.
Yes, you don't have to go far. If you're in your system and you're looking at doTERRA already, stay in there and get your proteins and your nutrients.
You got your fiber. We have even a vegan protein
Yes, we do.
as well. And then we got the greens. If you feel like you're not getting enough for those greens in, here we got this for you. It's always better to get it through our foods, but here it's also a great product to help you get it through. So this morning I had my vegan protein and it was awesome.
All right.
It helped.
I had carrot juice this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had my vegan protein
So
with
people
some.
realize that it's easy. It's just replacing something bad with something good.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. It's not hard at all. Now,
No.
as we look at the next slide, this is my favorite slide. I like to keep it in there. We're talking about what we should have on our plates.
Yes. And we got
Doesn't that look good?
it's got to be colorful because the
Yeah.
colors of the rainbow, the colors in your plate got to be where it's covering all aspects of the fat, the protein, the what else on that plate? I forgot what fruit.
The oil, the avocados are covering that oil and
Yes,
protein.
yes. So that's the
And so
spinach.
we got corn in there,
Yeah, the
and
quinoa.
it's organic corn
Yes,
that we use, and quinoa.
yes.
You know what? Down here in Dallas, they have this restaurant, or well, I call them like fast food restaurants because it's not a sit down type of where you sit and you know what I mean, fast food
Right.
restaurant.
Yes, I understand.
But okay, it was called Saladas, and oh my God, it was like an open bar of veggies. It had your several types of greens. It has several types of vegetables, like I mean tomatoes, red onions, and so many more. It had different types of beans, your onions, and it had several proteins. It had a meat protein and the quinoa. Oh my God, I had the quinoa and it was just so good. That was the best salad I ever had. I have to say it was the best because everything was organic and everything was fresh. It was
Yes.
really
And
good.
sometimes I use the avocado. I just beat it up and I use that as my dressing sometimes.
You know what? I just take an avocado and cut it up, and I put lime juice in it and salt and pepper. Oh,
Mhm. Oh
cayenne.
wow.
I'm hooked on cayenne pepper.
I am too.
Yeah, and it has amazing benefits too because it's great for your circulation and inflammatory
Yeah,
uh, inflammation in your system.
gotcha.
Great for the heart too. So I'm hooked on it. So I love to put cayenne pepper in it when I mash it up, like you said. Mash it up, and then I probably put it on a piece of toast and eat it as well. Or I'll just eat it plain.
Right. Uh,
Yeah, I love to do that as well,
yeah.
eating it plain. So as we go to the next slide, we wanted to share some recipes with you
Recipe.
since we're talking
Yeah.
about proteins.
Right. Yeah. So our first is the chickpea tacos.
There's those proteins right
Yes.
there.
Red cabbage, carrot, chickpeas, spices, and the cumin, and then I'm not gonna name them all of the spices there. You can read those. And the olive oil. There's your oil, lime juice, sour cream, guacamole, and pico de gallo. I guess that's the flavoring.
Like the salsa,
Yeah.
yeah, that you
So,
put on.
um, we would just like for you to just take a picture of this or either just send us an email and let us know if you want these recipes. But these are really good recipes for us as we change the way we eat as part of our lifestyle change. We must change the way we eat. And it's still good and it's still healthy. And it's healthy, I should say.
Right.
I'm not
So
gonna
the
say
next recipe, as we could make this taco complete, on our next slide, we said guacamole. So here's
yeah,
an easy guac for you. It's two
right.
avocados, one small onion, a clove of garlic, minced, ripe tomato, and lime juice, and add salt and pepper to season it. And I just found that calorie fact about it, so it's not high in calories. Carbs are very low in this, and so are the sugars.
Yeah.
And well, it's not a lot of protein in it, but you're getting some protein as well from it.
Right.
So that's your easy guac. Now
Yes.
the next
Next
recipe
is the creamy sour cream. That's
on our
something
next slide.
I like to make because I don't eat sour cream anymore because I didn't have a recipe like this. So now I have a new one.
So on our next slide is the recipe for that uh, creamy sour cream. Wow,
Right.
at it. And we're not going to read this recipe to you. You just take a look at it. It's
Yeah.
made with 5 whole food, plant-based, only 5 ingredients. Well,
Mhm.
we could talk cashews, lemon juice, and vinegar, salt, tofu, and lemon juice. Oh, I got lemon juice down there twice. Sorry. And salt.
Yes.
Well, I got that down there twice, so I copied it twice. So it's real easy to make.
Yeah.
All you have to do is cream all the greens ingredients together, and you have it there for you, your sour cream. So that's to make that chickpea taco. You got everything you need, and everything is healthy for you.
Right. Yeah.
So as we go to our next slide, we just wanted to talk about the holiday.
Yes. Share some holiday information since it's so close to our holiday season. We are
Yes.
showing you this because if you are in your decorating mood and you just want to have the house smelling so good like Christmas, we are showing you the oils that you can use. And these are the first one is the balsam fir, wintergreen, and cypress, and also what did I have here?
Douglas fir.
Douglas fir. And those oils are sort of like from the trees. So as you're putting up your Christmas tree, most of us have the artificial. We can diffuse 1 or 2 of these oils in the house and have our house smell so good when our guests arrive, and they'll think they're in the forest because it'll be such a lovely, uplifting smell. And in addition to that, we're going to give you a little bit of information about each one of them. And the first one is balsam fir. It can detox your body. It can relieve pain, relaxes your aching muscles. It eliminates body odor. It also helps speed your metabolism, which we've been talking about, and
Mhm.
stimulates your immune system, and also prevents your system having infections. So as you're diffusing this beautiful oil smell through the house, you will be also helping your body because you will be inhaling it. You want to talk
Right.
about the next one?
Sure. The next one being wintergreen. Now that is awesome smelling. People always think of wintergreen in gum, chewing gum. Okay.
Yeah.
But wintergreen, I think the small amount they put in chewing gum is not harmful, but it's not an oil that we take internally. And if I'm all of these oils are not to be used internally, they're only to be used aromatically and topically.
Yes.
So, with wintergreen is a great massaging oil. And as you want to open up the door and let those, it's kind of like open up the door, the smell, and then those wintry or aromas come into the house.
Right.
And what it does, it will cover some of those odors that we don't want. It will cover up some of those odors in our house. Now, if you're having, say for instance, you worked out and you got some aching muscles, how about put some wintergreen in the bath and soaking? And that will help to ease some of those muscle aches. Now, for skin blemishes, we could put this on topically to help cover some of those blemishes, help take away some of those blemishes on our skin. And again, of course, when we talked about getting in the bathtub to ease those muscles, it is a great pain reliever. I usually, if I'm having some pain, if I don't have my deep blue, then I will use wintergreen to put on any pain that I might have.
Okay, so the next one is the Douglas fir. And the fir is good for women's health. It helps with the skin care, respiratory issues, pain reliever, detoxifies, mental elevation, and comfort. Again, all of our oils sort of can help with similar things, but one may help one individual differently from
Mhm.
a way it would help another one, and it would also give a different reaction too. But as far as your respiratory issues, it can kind of relieve those as well as detoxify. Those are the two reasons I use it for the respiratory, just to have it to breathe in sometimes whenever my sinuses are creeping up on me. So, and then to detoxify, I use it to whenever I can't get to my digestion, I should say, I'll use it to detoxify. And also, there's a Zendocrine too that has this oil in it.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
it is. And then
yeah,
our last one we want to talk about is the cypress. Now, cypress is really a great oil because it's great for women's health and it's also great for our skin care. Now, again, aromatically and topically are the only ways we use these oils. Having any respiratory issues, this is great to use, apply on your chest to help with those respiratory issues. Pain reliever, yes. Cypress can help with pain, relieving some of those pains, and it's a great detoxifier. It's great for circulation. Whenever you feel like you're not getting proper circulation, this is the oil to go to that will help you with that as well. And not only that, it elevates our mental health and give us that comfort that we need. So cypress oil is a great oil to use. So as we stay here, and if you want to know more about these oils, again, email us 4visions4oils@gmail.com. So as we stay here looking at those beautiful Christmas oils, and you can decide which one you want to reach in your wallet and buy, maybe not even for yourself, or treat yourself and treat someone else with a gift of an oil for health with either
not
one of those or any
even
other
for,
oils we have.
yeah, even for diffusing it for the holiday.
Yes,
Hmm.
great diffusing oils for the
Yeah,
holiday. And
right.
having that, because we do have those fake trees in our homes, we could get that pine and woodsy smell in with these oils for the
Yes,
season. So
yes,
as we continue to look at that, those beautiful oils, I just want to tell you a little bit about doTERRA as a company because we are talking about doTERRA essential oils. And we want to tell you about the three amazing things about these oils. They
yeah.
are 100% natural and safe. There's no side effects to them. There's no fillers added to them. You can't be addicted to them like you could become addicted to a lot of medications. And as we said, essential oils are, as we know, for many, many centuries, as Ruth has said, they've been used years and years ago, but they come from plants which have amazing health benefits. And now doTERRA has a grade on their oils, which is CPTG. It used to be called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, but so many companies are using that terminology, therapeutic. And our quality of our oils are much better than that. So we changed ours to certified pure tested grade. So that I just want to let you know that they are safe. And now, next thing you need to know about is that these oils are very effective. And when we say they are effective, and for those that are in the medical field, I don't want you to feel like I'm taking you um, saying something that's overstepping because this is just increased knowledge for those that don't know. So our cell has like an oily membrane wrapped around it. And what it does is supposed to protect the good things inside and keep the bad things on the outside. Now we know we have viruses and we have bacterial infections. Viruses have a tendency of getting inside the cell, whereas bacteria resides on the outside of the cell. So if you like have a cold, uh, cold or the flu, those are considered viruses. So they get inside the cell. A lot of times they tell you to drink a lot of fluid and get plenty of rest and let it run its course. And that's the reason they tell you that is because most medications are water based. And with the oily membrane around the cell, they cannot penetrate that cell wall so they can't get in and fight that bacteria virus that's going on. So that's why our essential oils can get inside and fight them. Now, bacteria reside on the outside, and when you get a bacterial infection, they usually put you on an antibiotic, and they keep you on that for about 7 to 10 days, and you feel better most often, but it's going to create some other issues. You could have side effects from it, and maybe have to get any probiotic because it affected your stomach. So there's just so many issues that go on with using medication, even on the bacteria. Now, doTERRA does have a product that fights both of these. It's called OnGuard. OnGuard infects our protects our immune system, and it's able to get inside those cell walls, penetrate them, and help to cure whatever is going on. OnGuard has a great, awesome line that you can look at. Now, the affordable, when we talk about affordable, yes. Well, when you get sick, you have to take off from work, you have to go to the doctor, you have to get a prescription filled. Not to talk about the gas you spend. All that
Right.
could cost you about $100 at least, if not more. Well, if we have an ear infection, which I have had, and ear infection, all I do is take a couple of drops of lavender, a couple of drops of tea tree, rub it behind my ear, and put it just on the inside of the earlobe, and go to bed for about 12 hours, and voila, it's gone. No side effect, no nothing, and that all cost me about 64 cents. So those are the three amazing things. They are safe, they're effective, and they definitely are more affordable.
And I'm going to share the 3 ways to use our doTERRA essential oils. The first way is aromatically, as we were speaking about the Christmas oils and how you can diffuse them or inhale them even. But that's how you can use them aromatically. And they give you a positive effect in your mood. They cleanse the air or make the air aromatic, or aroma, may give you a sweet aroma or a pine aroma that we're looking for Christmas. And it supports our respiratory system. That's how
Yes.
we use aromatically. Also, we can use it topically, and that you can apply it to any affected area. You can also apply it to your feet, to your ears, to your wrists, and even to your head if you have a headache, depending on the oil. We normally use peppermint for that. And you can also put it in your navel, and you can rub it down your spine. All of these places that could be affected. But listen, before you start adding it, make sure your skin is not sensitive, because if your skin is sensitive, we want you to dilute it. And we suggest fractionated coconut oil. And you can also use that fractionated coconut oil to make it more effective. And that's the second way that you can use our oils. Now you can also use it internal. Now this is only doTERRA essential oils that I'm talking of, because
Yes.
we don't know about other oils, but we do know that doTERRA has some oils that can be used internal. And when we can use them internally, doTERRA has it on the bottle. They have supplement on the bottle. So you can use it in water. When you drink your water, I use lemon every day. Well, since I've been doing the MetaPower
Yeah.
challenge, I've been using the blend, the MetaPower blend in my water every day. And what it does, it just helps cleanse. It helps to change that appetite. And when I use the lemon, it was detoxifying. So it's always good to use it in your water. You can also, if you don't like taking it in your water, you can use it in a veggie capsule, so that you can just take it in a capsule and drink the water behind it, and you're done. Okay, you could also use it under your tongue. So those are ways that you can use the doTERRA essential oils. There are some additional ways that you can use it, and I kind of shared it with you. You can use it with the for your hormones. You could also use it, I did mention, for your headaches, and I did mention that you can put it in your navel. Sometimes when you're going to bed at night, so your navel reaches a lot of parts of your body. That's where the umbilical cord was cut. So therefore, you know that it's going to your entire body. So if you want to take something for your to sleep with and just to relax and know that your body is being healed while you sleep, then you can use it in your navel. So and then the spine, as I had mentioned earlier. So those are the ways that you can use our oils. And if you are interested in using these oils, all you have to do is just send us an email and let us know. You
And
can
don't forget, if you take them internally, you must take them in a glass or a stainless steel
right,
container. Yeah.
absolutely,
And
yes.
what about on the bottom of the
And
foot?
on the bottom of your foot is your flexology, place for flexology. So that for when you use it under the bottom of your feet, you're using it to cover all the organs in your body, the thyroid, the shoulders, the heart, the stomach, the spine. All of your organs and certain parts of your body are affected when you use it in the bottom of your foot. For example, if you're having a sinus problem, the second two toes after your big toe, put the oils there for your brain and for your
Hmm.
sinuses. So just know that our oils are, as Brenda mentioned, effective and pure so that you can do these things with them. And again, doTERRA even carries this fractionated coconut oil should you order and want to know where you can find the fractionated coconut oil. So all of these things we can do. You can join a doTERRA's safety class at a link that we'll share with you. It's called training.terra.com courses. If you want to learn more about the safety of our oils and more about doTERRA, you can go there, or you can just send us an email, 4visions4oils at doTERRA,
At
4visions
Gmail.
at gmail.com. I'm so busy
Yes.
talking about doTERRA.
So why
Not going to
doTERRA?
talk about doTERRA too. We got to let them know how and why doTERRA.
Yes. So doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world.
Yeah,
And why? Because they are the most tested and they are trusted, the most trusted essential oils on the market. They are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. doTERRA does have a clinic hospital facility in Salt Lake City area,
yeah,
and their plans are to, well, they were going to establish a lot more. Well, they're in other hospitals. We do know that Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee, I had to think where it was.
hmm,
One of our oils was done in that hospital as a study. It's wild orange in the emergency room, and they found that it took depression down 60% to 6%. And not only is wild orange good for that purpose of helping with your mental stability, it's also good for inflammation and other things in your body as well. And
and
go
ethically
ahead.
and sustainably sourced, which means that we source our oils in the soil in the country where it is grown best and where it is more pure. And in doing so, we work directly with the farmers there and we help with them to provide for their well-being as well as them providing us a pure, safe oil. So we have a co-impact relationship with all of
Mhm.
the countries that we are sourced from.
Yes.
And there
And
are 120 plus markets open with doTERRA
all over the world.
all over the world. Yes. And our
Yeah.
compensation plan is amazing. We have a high retention rate of over 70% customers loyalty, and all of our people are loyal to our company because it does so much for the people that works with us, and it's privately owned, and the incredible ownership team is of 7 people. I think it's 6 men and 1 lady.
Right. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Hmm. And
And they're also debt free.
debt free. Yes,
That's
yes.
what I love the most. There's never been no outside funding for this. They're a debt free company.
Yes, it is. So
So,
with that was being said, we just like for you to know that what we've shared with you today, that if you are interested in any of it, we're right here for you. We're here every Tuesday on WVCTC, and we're just loving you and hoping that you enjoyed our show today. We really thank you for coming. And
yes, and I want you to know your health is an investment, it's not an expense. So take a look at doTERRA because their oils have helped us tremendously. And we have a few minutes, so I just want to share my testimony for those that don't know. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis 6, 7 years ago. They put me on about four different medications, and the last one being Humira, and I did not like the fact they were trying to put me on Humira, so I kind of fought it for a while. After being noticing the deformity coming on, then I decided, well, I better go ahead and take it. Shortly after that, I met our upline, which is Audrey, and she introduced me to these oils. I started using them. As I used them, I found myself gradually taking myself off a lot of those medications. And it took them over a year to get my doctors to agree to take me off. I only take one medication for my rheumatoid arthritis. That's hydroxychloroquine. And I can't say I really do have to use it every single day, but I do use it. So these oils have been a blessing, which is God's medicine. They have been a blessing to me in my life. So as we leave here, we want to
well,
give you
what
that.
we just share too, that the oils have been a blessing for me as well, as far as my health is concerned. I have not had to do anything for what is going on with my system, except that I feel better. I exercise more, and I feel like I just never was ill because of this oils. I use the oils daily. I use them night and day.
Well,
Morning.
We still have a few more minutes, a couple of more minutes though. You were just sick a couple of days
Yeah, I
ago.
was with that cold.
And yes, she was really, and I had the same thing she had a while back.
Yes, and I couldn't get rid of it until I started doing the cough medicine we created through the oil.
Yes.
And I can't remember all the oils in it, but I can name a couple of them: cypress, peppermint, frankincense. And I can't remember, clove, I believe, was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe was it on
I
guard?
can remember.
But anyway, it was about 4 oils and honey, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that, and it just disappeared. Disappeared.
Right. It works.
Even the
so
is gone. I mean, every now and then I'll cough, but it's not related to the same thing,
Right.
So,
I
yeah.
did too. I did too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think more of it is allergies now that
Yeah.
trying to combat. It's just me taking the time to
Exactly.
work on it. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
as we close out, we, as Ruth said, we thank you. So we want to share our last scripture.
Yes.
You want to read it?
Okay. Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. And that's found in Psalms 103, 3-5. And we will share this scripture because that's what we want to do with ourselves and with you, is to just be well.
Yes. And who does all that? Nobody but God.
Absolutely.
Can't do
Absolutely.
it without him. And we thank him for that.
Yes.
So again, we say thank you. And
for
don't
tuning
forget.
in. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
We are Oils Behind Closed Doors.
Closed doors.
Don't forget.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ.